Widespread precipitation in far northern Utah, mainly north of Tremont and then up over parts of the far northern. We have an earthquake and we're sheltering in place.
This is an Omega Watchman Media Group production.
Due to the mature nature of this content, language, and depth, viewer discretion is advised.
Millions of Americans are in the path of a dangerous weather system that includes hail, thunderstorms, and tornadoes. Several twisters have already touched down in Alabama, and warnings have been posted in states across the southeast. David Begnaud is in the danger zone with the latest.
There was a tornado in Whistler, Mississippi that tore through this chicken farm today, shredding almost every building in sight. It was part of the massive front promising to affect nearly 40 million people from the state of Texas to the state of Georgia. Twisters touched down in rural communities throughout Mississippi and Alabama. There were hundreds of kids at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa who were forced to shelter in place today.
Literally like a tornado.
This driver got quite the surprise in his rearview mirror.
It's so crazy going on Waynesboro, man.
As he drove past a tornado that touched down right after lunchtime. Meanwhile, the powerful storm produced heavy rains that shut down schools and vaccination sites across the Gulf Coast.
To Japan now, where a powerful 7-magnitude earthquake struck off its northern coast today. It was caught on this newsroom camera in Tokyo and a nearby airport one as well. Bullet train service shut down and power outages hit thousands.
Some tragic news, the deadly shootings in Atlanta, killing at least 8 people. A suspect is in custody this morning, and police across the country are on alert this morning as well, fearing the attacks may have targeted the Asian community. Steve Osensami is in Atlanta with more as the FBI now gets involved. Good morning, Steve.
That's right, Michael. The FBI is working with local law enforcement here, investigating these shootings. And while it's not clear what led to these killings, it is impossible to ignore that these killings happened at Asian businesses like this one directly behind me in Atlanta, and that most of the victims were Asian women. Georgia authorities are investigating 3 crime scenes across 2 counties in what looks like a series of deadly shootings at Asian massage parlors.
My understanding, they shot up a spa there. They shot up 2 spas here in Zone 2.
After a police chase that took them south of Atlanta, authorities arrested this man, 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long. Police say he was seen on surveillance video outside the scene of the first shooting around 5 p.m. Tuesday at Young Asian Massage Parlor in a North Atlanta suburb. Moments after these pictures, police say he started gunning people down.
We do not have a witness that actually is alive right now that can tell us who shot him.
People were running for their lives. Police say that 2 Asian women, a white woman and a white man, were killed. They say a man who is Latino survived his wounds. His niece says he wasn't even at the business and was caught in the gunfire.
He was coming out of the store beside the massage parlor and the other store beside it, and he was outside.
Investigators say it is extremely likely that Long is the same gunman seen at 2 other shootings more than 30 miles away in northeast Atlanta. And they point to a black SUV seen on surveillance video near the crime scenes. Just 45 minutes after the shooting in the suburbs, police were called to this spa in Atlanta where 3 women were dead inside. While police were there, the call came in from yet another spa across the street where another woman was shot and killed. Police tell us they don't know if race is the reason for these killings, but to be safe, they're putting similar Asian businesses on alert and stepping up patrols.
I mean, I don't know how you would go in there or what kind of motive.
Authorities in Georgia this morning say that the accused gunman who killed 8 people here is admitting to the shootings.
Some guy came in and took the gun, so everybody heard the gunshot.
Georgia investigators say that 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long, a white man who they've now charged, is guilty of the deadliest mass murder since 2019. Officers say they were able to track him down thanks to his parents, who saw these surveillance pictures and told police that this was him. Police were then able to track his cell phone and caught up with him south of Atlanta. They believe if they hadn't stopped him, he would have continued driving to Florida, gunning down more victims. Police say he killed 8 people at 3 spas in the Atlanta area. 6 of his 8 alleged victims were Asian women.
We need to make sure if we have any Asian spas, we need to be checking on them.
Investigators say that based on their interviews, the attack was more about violence against women.
We are not about to get into victim blaming, victim shaming here.
And less about race. They say the spas he attacked were businesses he visited before.
He apparently has an issue, what he considers a sex addiction, and sees these locations as something that allows him to go to these places, and it's a temptation for him that he wanted to eliminate.
Same day of Wright's arrest, police in League City say another mask encounter took a bloody turn. A fast food employee was stabbed 3 times by a man who police say refused to put on a mask. And tonight, we have new information about the suspect just over 24 hours after the attack on West League City Parkway. KPRC2's Roseanne Aragon live on the scene tonight with the latest. Roseanne?
Yes, people who live and work in this area tell me they wouldn't mind having more security at this time. Police say the suspect is still on the run and could be dangerous. They say it all started with a situation involving these. The man they believe came into this Jack-in-the-Box on League City Parkway just after 8 Wednesday night.
The suspect had entered the store without a face mask and was told he needed to have a face mask to be served or use the drive-thru.
The suspect, police say, got upset. They released this chilling surveillance video showing what happened next.
The suspect walked towards the door as if to leave. The manager turned his back, and the suspect ran up behind him, tackled him, and stabbed him multiple times.
Tow truck driver made a deadly discovery today. Police say the body of a missing mother from upstate New York was found in the trunk of a car in Queens.
CBS 2's Andrea Grimes reports from South Ozone Park.
Christina Maurice relatives say Destiny Smothers was a loving and caring person who did not deserve this. Heartbroken loved ones consoled each other at the scene where a tow truck driver made the grisly discovery. The body of missing mom of two, Destiny Smothers, in the trunk of this black car.
We knew that we was going to find her, but I just didn't believe we was going to find her like this.
A court records confirm that 4 people were killed this weekend over a stimulus check.
It's something the family of those killed on Randolph Street told us yesterday. Police documents also revealing details of the suspect's criminal past.
Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains why the family and police leaders say all of this could have been avoided.
This is an Omega Watchman Media Group production.
Millions of Americans are in the path of a dangerous weather system that includes hail, thunderstorms, and tornadoes. Several twisters have already touched down in Alabama, and warnings have been posted in states across the southeast. David Begnaud is in the danger zone with the latest.
There was a tornado in Whistler, Mississippi that tore through this chicken farm today, shredding almost every building in sight. It was part of the massive front promising to affect nearly 40 million people from the state of Texas to the state of Georgia. Twisters touched down in rural communities throughout Mississippi and Alabama. There were hundreds of kids at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa who were forced to shelter in place today.
Literally like a tornado.
This driver got quite the surprise in his rearview mirror.
It's so crazy going on Waynesboro, man.
As he drove past a tornado that touched down right after lunchtime. Meanwhile, the powerful storm produced heavy rains that shut down schools and vaccination sites across the Gulf Coast.
A major severe threat for the Deep South. At least 4 states are on the highest alert for an intense tornado outbreak. Ginger is live in Jackson, Mississippi for us this morning. Good morning, Ginger.
Yeah, Robin, you heard the birds chirping. We see sunshine between the clouds, but that sunshine is actually fuel for long-track violent tornadoes. Warnings right along the Mississippi and Arkansas state line there. You have Pine Bluff over to Memphis and Tupelo included. Look what happened in Jackson, Mississippi just yesterday, the day before the day. At our affiliate, WAPT, they took several direct lightning strikes. Their chief meteorologist, David Hartman, was telling me they got knocked offline there, and he's so concerned about today, and so am I, because